Michelle L. Pitalbo, a DBM student. In today's video, I'm going to discuss with you guys about the topic that was assigned to me in pharmacology, and these are the SMP 500 and the fat-soluble vitamins A, D, E, and K. So what is SMP 500? SMP 500 is a concentrated combination of sulfas and penicillin for a potent and additive chemobiotic therapy used in swine and other domestic animals. Chemobiotic therapy is a combination of antibiotics and chemotherapeutic therapy. Bauman Laboratories is the company name SMP 500, and for now, they are the only company that manufactures these drugs. SMP 500 contents per tab. Number 1, penicillin V potassium 250,000 IU, which is 150 in mg if you're going to convert it. Number 2, sulfadiazine 167 mg, sulfamerazine 167 mg, sulfametazine 167 mg. Previous classifications is beta-lactam antibiotic. So let's go to SMP 500 indications in swine, sheep, and goats. It is used for the treatment of streptococcal and staphylococcal septicemias, metritis, navel ill, pneumonia, mastitis, necrophorus infections, anthrax, diarrhea, and gas gangrene. And in small animals naman, it is used in the treatment of pyogenic complications of canine and feline distemper, meningitis, tonsillitis, metritis, genitourinary infections, and peritonitis and mastitis. When it comes to dosage naman po, it is given by mouth or by dissolving in the water and given as a drench. For dogs, swine, goats, sheep, and calves, 1 tub per 7 kilograms body weight twice daily. And for fighting cocks, 1/2 tub twice daily. So guys, if you are asking about the pharmacokinetics and mode of actions about SMP 500, I only read one article about the mode of action. But this time, sa rats pa lang po siya. Sa dogs and other animals, wala pa po masyadong study. Ito po ay inhibitors of acyl-CoA cholesterol acetyltransferase. So guys, that was the only information that I've got about SMP 500, and that information was based on this book, the Philippine Veterinary Drug Directory. And I've searched a lot of sites, same lang din po ang sinasabi nila about SMP 500. And I also asked for the help of the clinicians about these drugs. Yun nga po, sikat siya for now, but there are no further informations about them kasi wala po masyadong study, kaya limited din po ang informations nila. So what are vitamins? Vitamins are organic nutrients needed in small quantities to perform specific functions, especially in animals' body, by helping to regulate the body functions, keeping the body healthy, and promoting the resistance of the disease. Deficiency of vitamin can lead to death and toxicity. Vitamins are classified as fat-soluble vitamins and water-soluble vitamins. So let's now go to the differences of fat-soluble vitamins and water-soluble vitamins. Siguro naman po you have an idea na based on their names, the fats and water-soluble. So let's start with vitamins A, D, E, and K are the vitamins that belongs to the fat-soluble vitamins, while vitamin C and B are the vitamins that belongs to the water-soluble vitamins. And for the digestion and absorption of fat-soluble vitamins, they require fats and bile for further metabolism, while water-soluble vitamins naman po, it is easily absorbed in the intestine. When it comes to their excretion, water-soluble naman po is excreted via urine because it is immediately absorbed in the tissues and it is excreted quickly. While fat-soluble vitamins via feces because they stored in the body they needed to replenish regular in our diet. And for this storage, fat-soluble vitamins stored in body fat depots and liver, while water-soluble vitamins not stored in the body, except vitamin B12. Why? Why? Because vitamin B12 is stored in substantial amount in the liver until it is needed in the body. For their toxicity naman po, fat-soluble vitamins may lead to toxicity due to overdosage, while water-soluble vitamins, usually not toxic, it is readily excreted when given in an excess. For the composition, fat-soluble vitamins composed of carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen, while in water-soluble naman po, it's nitrogen, sulfur, and cobalt. So guys, let's now go to the first fat-soluble vitamins, the vitamin A. And its first function was, it is important in development of healthy skin and nerve tissues. For example guys, this lotion of mine, it has a vitamin A contents for restoration of dry skin. Number 2, it aids in the building up resistance to infection and help with growth and maintenance of bone, teeth, and cell structure. So what happens if you don't have enough vitamin A in your body? Number 1, you can observe retarded growth in young, development of peculiar condition around the eye known as xerophthalmia or dryness of the eyeball, night blindness, and reproductive disorder. So night blindness, why? Because as you can see of this picture, you can see that the retina is in the back of the eyeball. So if we have enough vitamin A in our eye, the retina will be able to form this purple vision to help our eyes to adjust in the dark para makakita tayo sa liwanag. So if we don't have enough vitamin A in our eye, they won't adjust and we will not be able to see in dim lights. That's why vitamin A is very important in our eye. So where do you get your vitamin A from? We can get it from whole milk, carotene, animal body oils such as codfish and tuna, legumes and forages, and can be synthetically produced. Take note these two, the liver and the egg yolks, because this is where we can get a lot of vitamin A from. Okay, let's now go to the next fat-soluble vitamins, the vitamin D or cholecalciferol. Vitamin D is strongly linked to mineral calcium and phosphorus, which is needed for us to absorb to form a healthy and strong bones. So what happens when you don't get enough your vitamin D? Number 1, you're gonna get weak teeth and bones, retarded growth in young animals or children, rickets or softening of bones, and in adults, osteoporosis or osteomalacia. And if you have excessive intake of calcium, it may lead to hypercalcemia, which is hardening of your arteries. So where do you gonna get your vitamin D from? Number 1 again, liver and egg yolks, fish liver oils, and whole fat milk, because vitamin D is taken out in low fat milk. And take note guys, if you don't get your vitamin D from your food sources, our skin can actually produce vitamin D through absorption of sunlight. And yes, that's something interesting to know. So guys, let's now go to the next fat-soluble vitamins, the vitamin E, or also known as tocopherol, which acts as antioxidant and helps to maintain the integrity and optimum function of reproductive, muscular, circulatory, nervous, and immune system. So what happens if you don't get enough your vitamin E? In chickens, you can observe this very common crazy cheek disease or bending of the neck and poor growth. In ruminants and swine, you can observe this muscular dystrophy or white muscle disease, and in lambs, stiff lump disease, which affects the nerves and muscle, which may lead them to difficulty in walking. Where do you get your vitamin E from? Aside from liver and egg yolks again, you can get it from peanut and soybeans, which is very high in fat, cereal grains, white grains oil, green forages, protein concentrates, and synthetic for poultry and swine. So now let's go to the last fat-soluble vitamins, the vitamin K, or also known as naptoquinone. And guys, you can remember it by naming K-clat ha. Its function is necessary for the maintenance of normal blood coagulation. So what will happen if you don't get enough vitamin K in your body? Number 1, excessive bleeding may occur because this time blood loses its power to coagulate na and its coagulation time becomes longer na. And for the animals naman po, serious hemorrhage can occur kahit slight bruises lang or slight wounds. Pwede na po siya magkaroon ng serious hemorrhage kapag deficient siya sa vitamin K. So, where do we gonna get our vitamin K from? So, number 1, we're gonna get it from liver again, but this time no egg yolks, green leafy forages, and also produced by the bacteria and lives in the large intestine. So guys, since this is a pharmacology class, so let's have some short background about vitamin K when it comes to pharmacology. The basic one is vitamin K is the antidote used for common toxicity or warfarin toxicity, and it is used in the poultry for vitamin K deficiency, which is associated with sulfonamides, and it requires as a cofactor for carboxylation of glutamic acid residues in clotting factor 2, 7, 9, and 10. Guys, for those who doesn't know, vitamin K has 3 forms. These are number 1, vitamin K1, or also known as phylloquinone. It is the plant origin and the only natural vitamin K. It has also more effect among other analogs. Number 2, vitamin K2, or also known as menaquinone. It is created in the body and a natural metabolite for gut microorganism. And the last one is the menadione or vitamin K3. It is the synthetic form of vitamin K. So that's all for today's video. I hope you learned something. Thank you so much.